From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's the week of Friday, April 13th, Friday the 13th. Ooh. And it's the Relevant Podcast.
A special haunted episode of the Relevant Podcast.
I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and here with me in our Orlando studios, Eddie Big Cat Koffoltz. Over there on the ones and twos, our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
And all the way
Yes.
from Nashville, Tennessee, author, speaker, our newest podcast member, Annie F. Downs.
Good morning, gents. And also with us, our favorite ghost, Molly.
Yes.
April, Friday the 13th.
In my heart, she lives. Nice
and
to
in
see
that
her.
guy's attic.
Yeah.
We have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, the one and only,
Give it to
my
me.
hero, Bob Goff, is
Oh.
on the show
Oh,
today.
I love him.
Love Bob.
He has a new book coming out. He'll talk to us
What about,
about.
hey, but Cameron, what about Bob? Oh, a new book. Gotcha.
I love that movie when he says, I'll be quiet, and he says, I'll be peace. It's so funny.
We love Bob. He has. Now, can I ask you a question about him release? No, you have more to do, and then I'll ask you more Bob Goff
No,
questions.
I was just going to say, and also coming up later, we have a big announcement about what's happening 2 weeks from now, our
Huge.
600th
Huge.
episode.
Do we know?
Huge announcement.
Can I just say I have no idea what that announcement is?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't know Bob was on the show, and I don't know what the announcement
Well,
is.
welcome to the show, Eddie.
Well, I will find out.
You didn't read the memo, did you?
I'm going to find out in real time, and I'm going to give you an honest reaction.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
even
We
gonna
have some big news about the 600th episode coming up.
of the podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was the 600th
2
episode.
weeks from now. Yeah, we have something happening.
Hey now,
We're doing
Yeah, you
something.
better check Eddie's calendar, everybody, before we make this announcement.
Do we? I mean, I could not be there and it would be fine. We all know that AFD is the new EVK, and I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
No. You're the only big cat in this family, buddy.
Vincent.
Edward Vincent Koffoltz III.
Edward Vincent sounds like I don't know, very prestigious.
It doesn't quite. It's not quite the right branding for me.
Vincent,
Is it?
yeah, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
gonna-
I was going
Craig.
to say,
I could've
Eddie,
seen
did you ever
Craig.
get,
Eddie
were
Craig.
you ever tempted to just go by Vinny? Because I feel like
Vinny.
if your middle name is Vincent, you have an excuse to just be Vinny
Yeah,
at some point in your life.
I have a ton of choices with my name: Edward, Ed, Eddie, Vinny, Vincent. There were just a lot of things, and
Vince.
I wound up with Vince.
Yeah, keeping it
I
Oh,
just-
simple.
Vince.
There's so many options. Koffoltz.
Is Vince, people name Vince, is it really Vincent? Is that a thing?
I
Maybe.
believe so. I mean, I can't. Vincent Vaughn.
Yeah, that
Vincent
sounds
Gills?
weird. Vincent Vaughn?
I'm sure it's.
Vaughn.
Although
He's
maybe
probably
one of
just
those
Vince.
Vinny Vaughn sounds weirder.
No, I
Vinny
bet-
Vaughn sounds like
I don't know.
like an 80s baseball player.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Vinny Vaughn. He's one of the neighborhood. He's part of the neighborhood gang.
He was a slugger for the Expos back in '84. Vinny Vaughn.
Let me ask you. Can I ask
With
you
a
a Bob
giant
Goff
mustache.
question?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're pals with him.
Robert Goff.
Yeah, right. That's right. Now, this book, I would assumed he would have released a book immediately after his.
That's not how he rolls, man.
How does he roll? Does he just kind of wait until he feels like writing something else? Because he had to have been asked before now to write a book.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding of Love Does was that, it was more his friend Don Miller kind of pulling him out of it, like pulling that book out of him.
Yes.
And saying, like, you have lived an incredible life. You have learned a lot of things. You have incredible stories. Please write this down. And then Don collaborated with him on writing Love Does. I know that. And then Bob is Bob, and he lives like nobody else. And he's out there building schools around the world for, kids who wouldn't have education. He's involved in behind the scenes in politics. He's loving on people. He's speaking every weekend, it seems like. When are you going to write a book? He's out there doing it. He's not like needing to sit down and write it.
No.
And so it's been 5-6 years since Love Does.
Yeah.
And there's another batch of stories and another, a lot of life lessons learned. And
So
there's a new
interesting.
book coming out.
Yeah. It's like.
And that's the sort of author that I respect.
Yeah.
It's not like a publishing contract and
Like-
hey, hit while it's hot and like build
Right.
on it and blah, blah, blah.
Right. It's not
Publicity.
just releasing a study guide because she's got to get 2 out in a year.
Right.
She just.
Yeah. It's not just doing a 100-day devotional because there was space on the calendar.
No. We weren't talking about
We
that.
weren't talking
Annie.
about that.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, but like writing when there's something to write.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
write because it needs to be written, not writing to make a buck.
Which reminds me, Chandler, where are you at with your first book?
Working on it, man. After my podcast comes out, I'm going to start
Yeah,
releasing the
that's
Can I
book.
just
the
say
order.
I got a rough draft, and it is a novel, and it is shocking and disturbing.
It is gruesome.
and I don't know if everything that is contained in those pages is actually legal to print. It is
Coming for that edgy
unbelievable.
title.
Yeah. Set
Yeah,
at Elam University, Jesse's first novel.
Yeah.
Tell a coming of age story.
Can I also say I'm pretty pumped about our listener? We do the Meet the Listener segment, and this guy, I just love the cut of his jib on, in our exchange. Then this is how he ended his pitch to me to be on. Been listening a long time. Love you all. Give me a ring or not. No big whoop. You're in, friend.
Yeah. You, sir.
I just like you. This seems pretty chill, man.
You are indecisive.
That's hilarious.
We like
He
people without
said no
strong
big
opinions.
whoop in our exchange. So
Whatever.
I think
you're
I
in,
dated
man.
that guy. I had a lot of those conversations with him. We should check.
Call me or don't.
Hey,
no big whoop.
No big
Hey,
whoop.
okay, here's the thing. I don't want to. This is foreshadowing because we'll get to this. But can I tell you the other reason I picked him? His third fact is the only one I really want to talk about. It says I do some pretty okay impressions. I just want to have this guy on and get his best impressions because I freaking love
Pretty
impressions.
okay.
So I love if someone can really do
Especially
great
pretty
impressions.
okay ones.
Yeah, pretty okay ones.
Yeah, pretty okay.
Like he
ones.
wouldn't have included it in his facts if he wasn't like pretty. Because you can't say I'm a great impressionist
Yeah.
because that's like no one talks like that about themselves.
Right.
He's saying it like humbly because he's wanting us to invite him on and have him do impressions live.
Yeah, it worked.
Which
Hook, line, and
yes,
sinker, man.
done.
But
Yeah.
like Jesse, you and I share a similar sense of humor with this. Part of me wants to be blown away and be like, wow.
We are talking to Christopher Walken right now.
Yeah.
But really, don't you just want him to be like, alrighty then?
Yeah, it's
You're like, oh gosh. You want it to be like so bad, but then we still have to act and be like,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah, yeah.
nailed it.
Either way, there's a lot to look forward to. on the show
Jack
tonight.
Nicholson.
Well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't know if you even know this. Brian Duss, who took me
Yes,
and
we know
Jesse to
Brian.
Somaliland,
Yes.
he's here. He's actually out to lunch with some of the team, and when they get back, I asked him to pop in the studio because we're going to talk about
He's been on the show
the
before.
Somaliland trip. Yeah,
Hasn't he? Yeah.
Well, he comes down once a year.
Yes.
To connect with the editorial team, and he's a great resource and friend for connecting us with activists and experts and stuff for our coverage.
Yeah.
But he likes to come down in the springtime because he likes to go to basketball games with me. So he only comes down every spring. Tonight is thankfully, the last Orlando Magic game of the season. And,
is it
he's
really?
coming.
It's a rebuilding decade.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to make it.
We're on, I think, rebuild number 2 right now.
Cameron,
Yeah.
what's your big takeaway from the season? Like you spent the whole season there. What's the theme for you? Not for the team, for you. What was the theme?
Disappointment.
Heartbreak.
It wasn't even frustrating or stressful. It was just sad to watch. It
I
was
just
like-
love their new strategy of taking high risk, high reward players in the draft, spending time to develop them, and then trading them or letting them go for almost nothing when they get really good.
No, right before they
Victor
get really
Oladipo
good.
and Mario Hazonia.
Yeah,
being perfect
right
examples.
before they get really good. That's the leadership that was rebuilding the franchise after Dwight Howard for 5 years.
Yep.
Has been excommunicated.
Bye-bye.
So that approach hopefully is over, Jesse. And now we're starting rebuild number 2 from the rebuild. We're rebuilding from the failed
Rebuilding.
rebuild.
When
From
are
the
they going to
rebuilding.
ask your opinion? They gave you courtside and a bobblehead. They should know you know.
Yeah. We're sidling up. Next season, I got closer courtside seats to the bench. Like I'm honestly thinking.
You're close to the DeVos seats, huh? Same side?
We're baseline still. We just moved a little closer to the players, front row.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Next year.
Oh, that changes things because that you get into the dream scenario, which is a player goes down and you're in the tumble.
You're right there.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I wanna
Cameron,
do.
if you're out to dinner in May and
Yeah.
there's a player who walks by your table, does he nod at you? Are y'all that casual, you and all the players at this
Oh,
point?
he come over and shake my hand and say hi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, they know me.
Even
yeah.
outside of the context of sitting in front row.
Yeah.
AFD,
Yeah,
you
wow.
got to sit in your life. You got to sit in these seats because, like, you really,
I've asked. I want to. I'm going to next year.
Wait,
you,
yeah,
re-
next
you
season.
really get to know these people.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, even just being there from one game, you kind of get eye contact with them, and there's kind of looks over, and you're like, I'm
Which you know is my
participating.
favorite thing.
I was walking down a hallway at the last game,
Yeah.
and the coaching staff was coming the other direction, and they were heading
What
back.
are you wearing? I like to really get a visual.
This.
I see.
I mean, jeans and a magic shirt.
All right, so
and
no
so
pants and a fishnet shirt.
Right. And so I'm walking, and they're walking back at halftime. They're walking back out to the court, so they're determined. They're looking ahead. They're not acknowledging anybody. Anybody walking around.
Yeah.
And then Frank Vogel, our head coach, sees me at the last second.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, hey!" And he like comes over to shake my hand. But I wasn't sure if we were slapping 5 as he walked by, or if we were shaking hands. And so I went for the 5. He went for the handshake. So he just kind of limply grabbed my hand as
You know what they call that?
What?
They call that the dead fish.
Yeah.
we
The
dead fished. He kept going. It was the most awkward hand touch exchange I've ever had with another man, and we didn't make eye contact again.
No, there's a ripple in the universe when that happens.
Yeah, something shredded. That was the wrinkle in
You don't
time.
come back from a dead
Yeah.
fish.
I think he's going to get fired this summer, and I'm kind of relieved that I won't have to face him next season.
Right, because
Thank
I'm
you,
sure he's
Chandler.
a good man, and I'm sure he works really hard,
Yeah.
but you're unable to recover from
You
that.
can't recover from a limp holding of another man's palm.
Like if you ever dead fish someone in your family, like you just have to never
it.
speak to them.
Never again.
You have to quit Christmas. You have to never be around them because you can't know them.
All right, we'll move the show along. It is time for our look back at what happened this week in culture and entertainment. It's
ready.
time for
In case you missed it.
Hey, in case you missed it, this week there was a little announcement on Instagram. Lecrae is collaborating with Waka Flocka Flame. And the song's going to be called Tell It. It's been in the works for months. And the two rappers appeared in an Instagram post with the caption, Soon. Back in February, Lecrae actually debuted a brief snippet with the French hip-hop channel Urgy. Here's the clip.
You get rich off of dope if you let them tell it. Get a scale and a bowl, weigh it up and sell it. They got rich off of kush if you let them tell it. But it's 2 sides to the game and they ain't gonna tell it.
I appreciate that.
I think
That's great.
I think it's
I like
amazing.
that.
Play that at some Magic games. Get them pumped up.
Here's my hot take. I really like Lecrae's braids.
Nailed it.
Thank you. Glad y'all have me here.
Hey, in case you missed it, Amazon's Lord of the Rings TV series, could be the most expensive show ever. The company paid $250 million just to license the
crazy.
brand. And then the rights deal included a 5-season commitment to bring Lord of the Rings to the small screen. The agreement includes a pact that says the show has to be in production within 2 years. So it's coming. Considering expenses like visual effects, producers, casting, the total cost of the show is expected to be north of $1 billion.
My word.
So
By comparison, though, Netflix spent $6 billion on all of its programming in 2017. So one show is going to be a sixth of their entire spending.
they're assuming that they are going to have a. What's the other one that's on HBO
Game of
now?
Thrones.
Yes, that's what they're banking on, right? They're creating the new Game of Thrones.
They have to think that's true.
But here's the thing: we've had, I mean, like how many Lord of the Rings,
How many
Hobbit
hours
movies?
of
There's
Peter
been
Jackson?
like,
500 or 600 of them.
Yeah.
yeah, there's been like 6, and they're each like 4 hours long. Is anyone wanting more Lord of the Rings?
You're like, we got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Every element of this story has
We got
been
it.
told exhaustively. I think there was 4 original because I think they split 2 of the books into 2, and then they broke The Hobbit into 3. There's enough Lord of the Rings. Like, much less. I don't need another $1 billion worth.
I have a little guilt around Lord of the Rings.
Why?
One,
What?
I did
What
not.
does that mean?
I did not like the movies, and I tried and I pushed through, and I just found them so boring. Then I've tried on 3 different occasions to get into the books, and I'm like, I can't stand it. I think it's so boring. And people were like, oh, it's one of the greatest science fiction parable kind of books ever. I can't do it. And I always feel like
It's
an
a real
idiot.
snore.
I have no connection to the story at all. I don't like it at all. I'm just not into that.
Yeah,
but
me either.
the fact that he and C.S. Lewis were kind of peers and collaborators and wrote together and
Right.
stuff like that, it makes me intrigued by it.
C.S. Lewis, I can read all day long.
Right.
Everything. Just that it's something about it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel the same way. I think that's a unanimous vote.
Chandler,
not
what do
to
you
watch
think?
that.
You probably like it.
I'm okay with it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either.
Hot take.
I've seen the 3 movies.
Yeah.
There's
What were you wearing?
More than
seven.
once,
But
Chandler?
hey, Chandler, there's literally 7.
Well, I saw the 3 that were out when I was in high school.
The ones that your parents would let you see. The other ones had.
yeah, that's
I
it.
saw them on Pureflix, the edited versions.
Oh yeah, it's basically just the dance that they do in the Shire, and then it cuts to the credits.
it's that nightmare 20-minute dishwashing scene.
Yeah, and then the sweeping panoramic vista shots, of the beautiful God's creation.
Yeah, there's no Gryffindor. There's no, whatever Weasley
No
brothers.
lusting after a ring because that's like greed. And,
Yeah, you're not gonna
envy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
Pureflix has a filter specifically for metaphors. They believe everything. These films, real Christian films, are very direct and end with an altar call. There's no parable. There's no metaphor. This is literal.
They struggled with fireproof because he was a firefighter, but he was trying to make the marriage fireproof. So they didn't know what to do with that one.
Well, that's why they had to include, even though it didn't make any sense and actually kind of ruined the movie for a lot of people, to show that the title was not literal. Kirk Cameron's character was burned to death in a fire in the last scene. It was very grisly, but they had to show he's not literally fireproof.
What's the name of the big wizard guy in Lord of the Rings?
Gandalf.
Did you have Gandalf in the Pureflix version or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
No wizardry.
Oh, yeah. He
No
wasn't
wizards.
called a wizard.
Yeah.
Which is the thing.
Oh, he wasn't called a wizard.
No, he was Jesus Christ. He was just Jesus.
He was a prophet.
Everybody's just.
I love
It was
our world.
Moses.
I
He
love
looked
it
like
so
Moses.
much.
Moses is
Yeah,
even
it was
better.
Moses.
Amen.
Hey, in case you missed it, this week Katy Perry has been opening up more about her spirituality and her Christian upbringing.
Yes.
She's judging the new season of American Idol, and she was brought to tears by the performance of a worship leader calling her, quote, secret spiritual ninja and saying that she could relate to being raised in the church. On Instagram, she posted a picture of her tattoo with the word Jesus and added the caption, "My brokenness plus God's divinity equals my wholeness." Katy Perry, ladies and gentlemen.
I was trying to figure out how to get a secret message to Chandler because I wanted to say like, hey, play a clip of it. But then you play her awesome song, Swish Swish, which is an amazing song.
Well, see, that's also a metaphor for Jesus.
Right.
Sure. It's just such an awesome song.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
Hey, in case you missed it, you guys have seen the yodeling Walmart kid.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's a national treasure. He's on Ellen, brought Ellen to tears. So he's 11-year-old. His name is Mason Ramsey. He shot the internet superstar, and when a video of him singing a Hank Williams song in the aisle of Walmart went viral, well, he was on Ellen this week, and he explained to her that he regularly sings at the store, and now he'd been invited to perform at a Walmart-sponsored concert. Well, a friend of the show, producer Alex Medina, he's one of the guys who helped launch Reach Records, Lecrae, all those guys.
One of the best Twitter feeds also ever.
Great.
I
Yeah.
love
He's
his
a
Twitter.
brilliant creative. He's more than a producer. He's an all-around creative. He's in New York now. He's not any longer at Reach. But he got his start there at Reach with Lecrae and all those guys.
He's one of the people that I want, I don't have this feeling about a lot of people, but I always want to be his friend and I want him to think I'm cool. Do you know what I mean? Because everything he does is just cool.
Yeah, and
he's
he's
like
smart.
super creative and he's funny and he's like thoughtful and
He's he's out. I mean, he speaks up.
dresses
about issues.
cool, seems to love his kid.
Great dad,
I'm
yeah.
always like, I want to exist in a world where we hang. I'm sure he's probably pretty into me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't think he would think what you're saying
Who
is
else do
creepy
you
at
feel-
all.
So Alex Medina was among a couple of producers online who created remixes of the song. They're amazing. So here's a clip of Alex Medina's hip hop remix of Mason Ramsey's Walmart song. Here you go.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I love it. I love it.
All right. Here's another one that made the rounds this week. In case you missed it, an EDM remix.
Yes.
I feel like I'm at
Chandler, did you make this one?
No, I did not.
All right, here's by the way, in the show notes, it says that was an EMD one. I think that's emergency medical
Dispatcher,
dispatcher.
which
that was
also
the
is.
wrong link then. That was an easy
that was an ambulance crew who made
You're
that
like,
one.
read the copy, Cameron.
And of course, here's the Flo Rida remix.
Oh, I love him.
This one they put auto-tune in. That's great.
And like the video's edited. It's like the Flow Rida video
Is
with
it
the
really?
kid like popping up and
I love it.
that's pretty good.
Hey, in case you missed it, Cameron's back to drinking Diet Cokes, everybody.
Big time.
Oh,
Cameron is back.
No. 2 bottles of water, 2 Diet Cokes. It's. I'm
Not
going
how-
for moderation.
Not how it works. Not how it works.
I think it does. I
2
dilute the
liter
Diet
half
Coke.
and half.
Nope. You can't drink a 2
just
liter
a
of
lot of
chlorine
both.
and a 2 liter of water and you have it even out.
You have diluted chlorine at that point.
I believe
am
you're going
an
to
Enneagram
die.
7, and Cameron, you're becoming my favorite Enneagram 7.
and
I
I-
am one.
I need to tell people that are listening that
no
Cameron is
moderation.
not a scientist, and I believe that his science is wrong.
I always consult Jesse, and he tells me.
And that
Jesse?
is how it ends.
I say keep your metabolism, like I said, on its toes. This is a basic workout principle. It's
Yeah.
muscle memory for your immune
Hey,
system.
you remember
and
I
the
mentioned last
cardiacs.
week in this conversation, I mentioned the all or nothingness, and I signed up for this hood to coast thing.
Yes.
This through the night.
How is the training
Well, no,
going?
listen, I'd been getting all these like mailed materials to me from Team World Vision, you know,
Yeah.
welcome to the team, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Been putting them on my office desk at home.
Yeah.
2 nights ago, decided to go through it, open up everything.
Oh, boy.
And here's the training schedule. Here's everything. And I'm like, it hit me that
Yeah.
this is real.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm terrified. And I told Jesse this, and Jesse said he would do it with me.
I'm in. I'm in.
What?
So I'm going to talk to
Jesse.
Team World Vision and see if we can get Jesse signed up. And Jesse said he would do the event with me and
And
all
what,
the training.
and
all that.
what else I said? Cameron goes, "You're not worried," and I said, "No, because I have the heart of a champion." And
Oh, wow.
my
said,
body
I'm like-
and my physicality don't matter because
He
my
said,
heart
literally,
is
I
that
don't need
of
to
a
train.
champion.
I have the heart of a champion. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't. I will keel over dead. So, you know.
And I would like to say, just to add on to that, Annie, are we ready to make our announcement about the hood?
Yep.
We are. I'll go first and you just add on. We are not in, and we are not probably going to donate to you.
Yeah, thank you. You said what I didn't want to say.
Hey, we're
which is
trying to raise
everything.
clean water for Africa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
And our position stands pretty firm.
I will guarantee you I will sleep while you run.
No,
That's a promise.
Oh yeah. I don't even think I'll
That's a
remember.
promise
reading.
I can make.
August 23rd and 24th. Seattle,
Yikes,
Washington.
Stripes. Ooh, Seattle, the best
Yeah.
stuff.
You guys.
Yeah, it'll be nice and cool.
Delightful.
I mean, there's nowhere that's nice and cool on August 23rd except like Antarctica.
No.
Boom.
Wrong. Seattle,
burn.
Vancouver, San Francisco. The highs are in the 50s and 60s.
Tijuana.
I'm about to ask the internet.
The
How-
average,
how-
the
how
average high in
cold it's
Seattle. I'm thinking through the night
Oh
too.
yeah, no, it'll be lovely.
It'll be lovely.
It will be lovely. It won't be like here where it's like sweltering. It will like let up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
la-
you're still going to be running. We're burying the lead, which is weather won't matter because your body will be shutting
I
down.
told
gonna be
Jesse
terrible.
this for real. I don't think in my life I've run more than a mile.
Dude,
Oh,
this is the hardest
This is
thing.
unbelievable.
I mean, I played sports and stuff, but it's a
How-
lot
how
of like
far-
running back and forth on the court. It's
How
not
far
like
is this?
So, have you?
I don't know.
Let me ask you this, Cameron. Are you past? Because I feel like training comes in like basically 2 waves for most people. One is the gearing up phase. You buy the gear. A lot of times I don't get past that phase, and then you start the training.
Dozens of pairs of shorts, one from like every 5 years. Still with
Like
the tags.
energy gels, you know,
Yes.
all the stuff. How deep into the training are you right now?
I haven't started yet. I just like looked into the plan. I actually have to kick off next week.
How far is it? How far is the run?
I'm looking it up right now. The distance of Mount Hood to the coast. I'm not sure what
and
the
the
route
temperature,
is.
you're correct. The high is 75, so it will not feel
no,
terrible.
it'd be delightful.
this really is like Naked and Afraid, where like these people they know what they're getting into, but they don't realize it until they get there. And
Yes, like,
when
what
you
did I
get
do?
there, you're
If
gonna
your
be
body is covered in spider bites,
Yeah,
every
just-
time
You're
you
doing
have
like
to eat.
6
Right.
and 7 mile
been
legs.
a week and a
Cameron.
half.
Yeah,
since
that's
you've
right.
eaten.
It's the legs per person on your team. You know, you have the van, you have the driver, you have like 12 people on your team, and you
I would
take shifts
drive.
of like running for 5, 6, 7 miles, and then you get in the van and you go through the night. Hey, we need a driver. You want to be the driver?
maybe.
Okay, Cameron.
Dude, there's an Olympian.
Eddie, should we go
Listen,
drive?
There's
Should
an
we all
Olympian.
go?
Like
I'm
everybody
not
on
going.
this
Yeah, can we
team that I was
ride in the
invited
car?
to is like legit runners, and there's an Olympian on the team. I'm going to be the guy
if
like.
I can be narrating the whole time that you're running, then maybe
Yeah,
I'll
let's
do this.
record a live podcast where we're all just in the van with the two of you yahoos running.
By narrating, do you mean driving beside him with the windows down, taunting?
The course
That's right.
runs approximately 200 miles.
Yeah, that's right. And then each person has to do like 20 miles
A
of
length
it.
of 1 to 5 kilometers
Yeah.
each.
I basically have to run a marathon in chunks.
Now I need to tell you something.
Yes.
And I am
Tell him the truth.
There is no shtick.
Yeah.
There is no podcast joking around here. I am not being negative.
Yeah, I know.
Oh boy, here we go.
You
Here we go.
cannot
Some
do.
safety
You will not be able
book.
to do this.
You're,
You can.
Now I'm going to out of spite.
Look, it
My
says that
entire
you-
life
No.
is built. My
It
career
says
is
that
built.
you have to run on the slopes of Mount Hood. So that means that you're running up and down
yes.
incline.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
oh
right.
Yes,
yes.
that
it's
makes
not
it so
flat.
much worse.
Oh, that's right. My
Cameron,
career
I'm with
is
Eddie.
built on spite of people telling me that my dreams were impossible, and I just set out to prove them wrong.
Those people were
But your
wrong.
body is
I
built
am
on
not-
aspartame is the problem.
No,
I have
hey
4
Cameron,
months.
Cameron, I told you it's about the heart. You know the first guy, you know where they got the name Marathon, right?
Tell me.
Johnny Marathon died
No,
immediately.
it was
Dead.
It was
Dead.
it was like
Vinny.
after
Died
a
on
battle.
Mount Hood.
After a battle, he had to run back to the city of Marathon and let them know because they didn't have any they couldn't email.
Yeah.
So they sent a guy to let them know
I watched
they
Gladiator.
won the
Yeah.
battle. Think that guy trained? No, he did drop dead after he delivered the news, but he finished.
Jesse,
he
are you a
finished, and
better runner?
he's got
Can
a
you
race
run
named
distances?
after him.
Jesse is a good runner. In fact, when Jesse lived here in Orlando, I remember he did a triathlon and trained. He trained for the swimming portion in my neighborhood pool. I had to give
did.
him my key.
Yeah.
And I also remember this. It was like a mini triathlon, and everybody had like those $10,000 road bikes and stuff like that. I think Jesse borrowed somebody's mountain bike,
Walmart mountain bike.
and you have to like run with it. So these things are like 10 ounces. These like road bikes,
Yeah.
and his is like a 40-pound
Yeah.
clunky.
Hey, and I'll say this: I didn't come in last in my age group.
Apparently, there's a documentary about this race.
Oh gosh.
You should probably watch it before really getting.
Oh no,
getting
I'm in.
Yeah.
I've already raised $2,000.
It's called Hood to Coast.
Yeah,
It was from
I-
Listen,
2011.
raise all the money. Don't risk your body.
Raise
This isn't-
all the
No,
money.
Cameron, the body is very resilient.
Here's the deal. If
I will
not,
give money
Annie,
if you won't
hey,
run.
Annie, if not now, when? I mean, I'm the youngest
Never.
I'm ever going to be.
Never.
And this is it. I mean,
Right,
like,
that same rationale is like, if not now, when do I fly a space shuttle to the moon?
oh, I'm going into space one day.
Well, that's
I'm
when
older.
the
We have-
technology gets there.
we
Eddie.
have hit a
Simple
wall of
question.
logic.
Yeah.
If not
and-
now, when? I say carpe diem and YOLO. I mean, why not?
You are going to just completely.
What's the worst that can happen? We've already established it. A painful death on the side of Mount Hood. What's the best? You could finish. And that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. It's going to be.
It's called a cost-benefit
Yeah,
analysis.
the risk
No.
reward
I
scenario
don't-
here. Why
I
not?
I
don't-
just
wanna
really
get
need
in-
you to train.
Yeah.
You really need to train.
No.
You can't
I know.
do
Listen,
this and not train.
Listen, okay, this is the truth. Starting May 7th, 5 days a week, they have a training regimen all the way until the race. And I know the plan. I need to train to get ready for training. So
Yes.
like I have like 3 weeks until training starts. And I know what I have to do between now and then just to even kind of get ready. So
I mean, have you done a half before?
no, nothing. I haven't run
I
more
mean,
than a mile.
the chafing. You don't even know the chafing.
No,
that's
this
coming.
isn't the worst part. The worst part
The
is he's
chafing.
going to be on some Olympians Instagram live thing, and he's going to be running, and he's going to. Both of these guys are going to bridesmaids himself.
I'm saying I do have
What
a
does that
field
mean?
recorder
Bridesmaids?
I could bring,
That.
and we could do interviews
Yes,
throughout
Cameron,
this
that's all really
experience.
true. There's a lot
You don't.
There's a lot you need to know.
There's a lot you don't
Cameron,
understand.
Cameron, don't listen to these negative Nancy's.
Thank you.
Hey, if you can train. If not, you go out there the day of the race and just push your body as hard as you can, and
No.
nothing bad will happen.
And this is the case study of how Jesse's life has happened and how you'll now enter into that story. The end. I mean, that's the whole thing. But you know what? I'm supporting you again.
No,
Annie
you're
and
not.
I. No,
you're
I'm
doing
not.
the
these
opposite.
guys,
I support you as a
Annie and
human.
Eddie, you do not sound very inspirational right now. Like this is the opposite of this.
I'm trying
Like
to
this
make
is.
sure my friend Cameron lives to see the end of the summer.
Yeah.
That's mostly where I'm at.
Hey, my thing is like
I would say,
burn
listen,
hot and
I would
fast.
say death. I would say death is only a
Burn hot
20
and
to
fast.
25% certainty.
Death is a sweet
The
escape.
odds are in your favor.
Death would be
Listen,
a sweet escape.
Cameron,
for
you're
what he
talking
will-
about a marathon and talking about burn hot and fast. Those are literally opposites.
Yeah.
I'm saying in life, like go for it, or like like go all or do nothing. Like there's no in between. Like I'm saying go for it. I'm not gonna do some little corporate 5K and then they all stand around and have wine after. I'm going for a hood to coast as my first race. Let's do it.
The scabs under your arms are going to be like you've
I
never
moisturize.
experienced.
Can I have the final word on this?
Yes.
To Cameron and to everyone on
Jesse's gonna do it too.
Jesse, I would expect this from, and I know that it's going to be a disaster, and I don't care because if it's
Do you
not
notice
this,
how we're not concerned about
No,
Jesse's
if
life
it's
at
not
all?
this, it's something else.
I ran a marathon like 2 years ago and I survived.
Sure.
It was hell, but I
Right.
got through it.
Right.
I'm just saying this is very survivable
No,
if you just put yourself in the right mindset.
To
It's
me-
mind over body here.
To me, Jesse running in a supervised environment is
Yeah.
better than what would happen that weekend because he's going to put jet packs on him and just take off from the coast. So I would prefer him, but I'm telling you, for everybody that's
You
saying,
just want Jesse to do things that are supervised. That's what you're saying.
I would like him to be around adults.
Yeah.
It's when Dana leaves for the day and he's home alone that makes me nervous.
Right.
But we have these 2 hours on the show where we're watching him. I'm just going to say to everybody on social media that says, Eddie, you are being too negative, and to Cameron, you cannot do it, and you should not do this.
Well,
and
it's too late.
And I love you, and I hope
I'm looking at photos, and it doesn't look like the people in the race are having a miserable time.
Yeah, they have a good time.
Yeah, but it's because it's marketing.
But they're
Brian is
also
here.
runners.
He's in
Hey,
charge.
Brian Dust from
Oh,
World
this is
Vision actually
perfect
just walked
timing.
in. Brian, I've been talking about the fact that Steve Haas has successfully talked me into doing the Hood to Coast race in
Yeah,
August.
that's actually World Vision flew me down to check up on you.
Yeah, no, I got all my materials, and training starts May 7th, and I am terrified. And I was just telling them about it, and Annie and Eddie have basically told me that I will fail. And
No.
Jesse says,
There's a difference in failure and death. I'm scared you're going to die. I know you won't fail. You'll cross the finish line. You just may cross the finish line.
"Oh
Yeah.
my goodness,
I
negative
see.
Nellies, all
I see.
negative
Like
Nellies,
heaven.
Yeah, but hey,
see what I did
I
there?
have hope in Jesus, so I'm good. Either way,
on your last, when you cross the finish line, will you play On the Way to Heaven?
worst case scenario is heaven. Best case scenario is I finish a race. You know,
I mean, Steve,
No, I think actually worst case scenario is the scabs and
Hi,
the,
Brian
and the
Dust.
shaping.
Brian,
Hi.
how concerned are you
Hi, Brian.
about Cameron being able to complete this?
I believe in God-sized dreams. First of all,
thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
Which
No small dreams.
He's this guy,
I
okay.
expect a miracle. Yeah.
that my number one concern, aside from over 800 million people getting access to clean water, my main concern is the tiny little shorts that he's been training in, which are not required. I think it's just sort of a stylistic choice. I think it's concerned all of us.
I'm thinking aerodynamics.
I mean,
thinking,
the fact that he thinks you've been training says that you're lying.
Yeah. He bought them in the boys big and tall section. So
They
technically
are
they
tissue
fit.
paper thin,
they're
very
goal,
wide,
they're goal
and very
shorts.
short.
They're a little snug right now, but they're the goal shorts.
It's
Gross.
yeah. I don't like. There's that old question like, can God make a rock that's too big for him to move? I'm saying whatever
Yes.
the answer to that is
Yes.
somehow has to do with the fact that you shouldn't do this marathon even if you trust God with it. And I don't really know how it all works together, but I
Right.
think some people do.
I think that what he's thinking is that you want to wear the shorts for the race that you want to run.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. That's good.
And
So what he's
yeah.
saying is part of the training is wearing those shorts to work every day.
Yeah.
And just getting comfortable.
I need to
with
be
yourself
in
and
the
your
marathon.
body.
I need to be in the Hood to Coast mindset and dress like the race throughout the entire training process.
You are what you wear.
Yeah.
Annie,
That's right. Dress for the job you want. Dress for the race
Exactly.
you want to run.
My position
That's what I'm saying.
and Annie's position is stands.
I say
And
I am team no
I'm
sir.
in no way a fitness
It's
expert
right. It's right.
or a running coach or anything like that. I don't want to position what I'm about to say.
Wait, was anyone accusing him of
Yeah.
being a fitness expert?
Well, I'm
of
about
any
to
kind?
give some advice to Cameron that I think would be wise. Cameron, if I were you,
Yeah.
I would start carbing up now. I would make most of your diet pasta.
Right.
And I don't
And
think
Diet
there's
Coke.
anything wrong with that strategy.
Pasta and Diet Coke. Brian, I've actually been talking to Jesse and I've talked him into doing it as well. So I need to hit up Steve about Jesse joining.
Wow.
the race as well.
I just talked to Steve in Uganda earlier this morning, and he said, make sure that you check in to see if Jesse's going to also run Hood to Coast.
There you
And
go.
So I can check one thing
I'm
off my
in.
box.
I'm
I only
in,
have
man.
3 things I have to cover. today, and I think I've covered 2 of them.
Brian's already seen me yakking on the side of a mountain before.
That's
so
true.
What he will see at Hood to Coast will be, no
Very
shock
familiar.
to him.
Hey, Brian. So I, here on the show a few weeks ago when we got back from Somaliland, Jesse and I kind of talked about our experience there. You're the one who took us, and as representing World Vision, and it was your first trip there as well. We've talked about the fact that what we encountered was really staggering, and I just want to kind of get your thoughts on the trip and what you guys at World Vision have been talking about that region since we got back.
Hold on. I feel like we pivoted too fast, and I would just like to end the segment by saying, I do not want you to be hurt, and I respect you for trying. How's that?
No, I'm going to do it.
I know. I just felt like I should say something in case this is on the record forever, because Cohen's going to end up hosting the show, and that's fine. That's what we've always wanted is Cohen, but okay. Well, get back to the serious
what
stuff.
We've always wanted is Cohen anyway.
He's so sweet.
He's just waiting me out. He's just waiting for Cohen to be old enough.
Oh, Cohen, that sweet little angel of a boy. I love that guy. He's so kind. All right, so back to real stuff. Sorry.
Yeah. So you're here. You're gonna mentor us in the race, and then. Let's get to know Brian Dust before we talk about Somaliland. I met Brian in Jerusalem when we were learning about peacemaking between Palestinians and Israelis over there. He was based in the Jerusalem Bureau of World Vision, and we've had many adventures together.
Yes, we have.
And then let's see. Tell us a little bit about you. You're based in DC now.
Right. I work with the World Vision office in Washington, D.C., and I get a chance to do a lot of the trips overseas with folks like South Sudan, Kurdistan, Zambia, and Somaliland.
That's crazy. And you like puppeteering?
That's right. I'm finishing my master's, and I'm shooting a TV show that is a travel puppet show.
This is all true.
For real?
This is true, by the way.
What?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
How
not
could
a
that
joke.
fail?
Brian is one of the
I thought it
funniest.
was a
Brian
joke.
is very large. This is a theater of the mind. So let me paint a picture. Brian is very tall. He's like 7'4".
I would compare him to a Jason Segel type.
I'm like, I think
Yeah.
Into puppets, tall guy, funny.
Tall guy, funny, loves the
Into
Muppets,
puppets.
and has given his life to helping save lives around the world.
I'm like,
thank the Lord, but
2/3 Amalekite. I think that's my height. It's like 6.5 feet tall. That's the way I describe it.
Wow, what
Wow.
a deep
Yeah.
joke.
I like it.
Yeah, that's good. Your family's in politics, right?
Yeah, my father actually was born in a refugee camp overseas, and so our whole family has lived in refugee camps. We lived in the Philippines when I was little, and he does international development as well. My mom does nursing, so they've worked in Russia, they've worked in the Philippines, he worked in Kosovo, and my brother works in politics in DC right now. So the dinner conversations are fascinating.
So you're kind of in the family business. I mean, you're following your dad's footsteps in a lot of respects.
I mean, I didn't want to at all. And then I worked as a PBS member station and doing comms. And then eventually, I do the comm side of World Vision. He actually worked with World Vision back in the day. He's worked for World Relief. He now works at IMC. So yeah, I think.
What's IMC?
Oh, International Medical Corps. They do a lot. They did a ton of the work on Ebola along with other organizations like World Vision and, Doctors Without Borders.
What are your thoughts? You're in the industry.
I was looking at. I was trying to find his brother and couldn't. I was trying to
not
stalk
lost.
your.
Yeah, I'll just say this. My brother, Matthew Duss, he is the foreign affairs guy for Senator Bernie Sanders in Washington, D.C.
Oh,
That's incredible.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We like to cover all of the spectrums
That's
in our family.
really amazing.
So Brian, in addition, as Cameron alluded to, puppeteering. Tell us real quick how you got into it and the premise for the show.
I knew we would never get past that fact.
So
why would we try?
I've been going to grad school for about a decade. So when I graduate in May, it will have been 10
Are
years.
you not very smart or not doing it very fast?
Great question.
I know a couple of things. One, World Vision U.S. President Rich Stearns, he told me I have a face for radio. So it's great that you have me on the podcast.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not a very fast reader. I'm not the best student, but I have been chipping away at it.
God, you don't have to answer this.
Yeah, I was just
You don't
kidding.
have to talk about your fault.
No,
So sweet about it.
because Brian, I was once told I don't have the face for radio, and they said, sadly, you have neither the voice nor personality for it. So just stay out of broadcasting. But,
Actually,
Was that Eddie?
Fair
Because
advice.
Eddie tends to say stuff like that to us.
Yeah.
negative, very negative,
very,
negative.
very hurtful.
He doesn't believe in many of his friends.
So I think I started out as a
I
photographer.
believe in many of them. I do not believe in all of their abilities to run places. And that is a limitation. I believe you can start a massive international brand.
I'm gonna run.
I believe you can be a great father and friend.
Man, now out of spite, you are basically I'm taken back to college when I told my dream to somebody very close to me.
Yes.
And that person said to me, that person said to me, if there was a market for something like that, somebody would have already been doing it. And
Cameron, don't feel that about what we're saying.
And
this is very different.
I had a boss in Nashville who fired me after hearing about my dream and said, "This is not of God and it will fail." That's what he said to me on my way out the door.
No.
We're not saying any of us.
Spike to those two men.
I believe you can do things that no one else can. I do not
You've
believe
done
you
it.
can do things that everybody else basically dies on.
Cameron, I'm right with you. One time I was helping this guy move.
Yeah,
I was
we're
carrying
getting nowhere.
his chair,
That's the
and
end
he
of
was
it.
like, "There's no way the chair's going to fit through that door."
No,
There's
no,
way.
now
And I said,
I'm gonna
You just
prove
don't
it.
believe.
Yeah.
And I got a running start, and I ran with the chair, and I broke his chair and the door frame very badly. And he was right,
That is
but
a
the point
perfect
is, I didn't
story for
listen
what's
to
going to
him.
happen to Cameron's body on this race.
Didn't let that stop
He
you.
was right, but the point is you don't listen to him. You got to go
You
for it,
gotta
man.
give it a
because,
shot. How was
burn
I
hot and
supposed to know?
fast,
I could have
YOLO.
measured, quote unquote,
Yeah.
but you know.
Jesse's an
Burn hot and fast.
American, not an Americant.
That's right.
I believe I'm an American.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is
I'm
too
an
bad.
American on this as well.
Yeah.
I will try to answer Jesse's question real quick. So
Oh, sure,
I
yeah,
had
sorry.
started with grad school, and it's just the power of storytelling and images is something that is part of why I love doing the work that I do with World Vision, because I have a chance to see need. So for me, one of my favorite verses is, "To whom much is given, much is required." And so
That's why I'm running the race.
And that's from the Bible, Jesse. Anyhow, continue on.
And it just sort of that's right. Early part of Luke. If you're, I can hear Jesse turning pages.
Yeah,
that's,
what is
that's the
this?
book you want to go to.
Yeah.
So
Keep
He's
on
reading
handy.
a copy of Relevant Magazine. It's different.
This isn't in my Bible.
So I think, what a great way to spend your time, helping kids around the world get clean water or learn how to do advocacy for themselves or do agricultural projects. And so technically I am at work right now. So, I mean, what more could I ask for? That's right. We're all at work right now.
I think I am. It feels like it.
Yeah. So Somaliland, we both learned a lot there. What are your thoughts after, being back a few weeks, and what do we do? What do we do to help?
I almost felt bad. I thought about how rough it was.
Yeah.
And about, when we're talking like on World Vision trips, usually first day, last day, super nice hotel.
Yeah.
To get relaxed and comfortable. And then you said when you showed up and you saw the hotel,
Yeah.
you were like,
the
okay.
nice hotel.
Yeah.
Had no
it's gonna
AC
be rough.
and
But I think though I'm, in some ways I'm solution oriented like you. And I know that we've already been working on a livelihoods project for Ida Ades, the town that has men who need to fish. 90% of these folks were herdsmen. Their herds are dead or dying. So they need to learn how to fish. It's right there. Let's come up with a program. And soon we'll have a way for folks to donate directly to that village that we saw with our own eyes. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. We're for those listening, we will be in the July issue of Relevant. We will be doing a larger piece on that area and about our journey there and what we learned and what we encountered, and hopefully by then we'll be able to have kind of a direct way that people can participate in the solution for that region. If you don't know, Somaliland's been this region of Somaliland, which is north of Somalia. It's a region that broke off from Somalia, but isn't recognized by the international community. It's about 4 million people. And it's very, very primitive. I mean, there's no infrastructure, there's no roads. It's a large area. And they've been going through an 8-year drought. And a lot of the relief agencies that came in, that if there's a tsunami or whatever, and they come in with life-saving, kind of food and supplies, they came into this region when the drought hit and they were serving the residents, but you can't do that forever. And this 8-year drought, now a lot of those budgets have shifted. The USAID budget ended. So even the US was there helping. And on December 31st, the USAID budget got cut by 40% and that program stopped overnight.
And that's a really important thing about doing this work is that, understanding the transition between relief and development. So helping people when they need it.
Right.
Regardless of who they are or where they are, they need help. You know why? Because we're not monsters.
Right.
We should help people when they need help.
Right.
And then helping people do for themselves.
Right.
Transitioning to
That's
say,
development.
These people, like we were there, they said they weren't asking for wells. Like obviously they need
I
clean
thought
water.
we were going to show up to this desert region, which has become a desert region.
Yeah.
And they would say, we need water.
Yeah.
And not one person that we talked to, elders of the villages, the mayors, the locals, not one person asked about water. They have to walk 10 kilometers to get water. That's just part of their life. That's their reality. They're fine with that.
Yeah.
What they were talking about was fishing, and like their herds are dead, and there's an ocean right here, and we can't tap into it for food and resources. It really changed the narrative for me. I thought as an outsider, they need water. That will help them do agriculture. That will help them do other things. That's not what they asked for. That's not what they want. And development is to work with indigenous people to help them stand on their own 2 feet.
Yes.
And turn around their lives long term.
And they guide it. They identify what their needs are, and then we partner with them to help them do that. In this case, it'll be the Red Sea was right there, and they didn't have fishing boats or the skills to fish because they were herdsmen for generations.
Right.
And we're going to work on helping them make that transition.
It's amazing.
That's part of the beauty of World Vision, though, that I love is that, they don't take an outsider approach to what would be most helpful. They get in there and actually ask people, like, what would practically fit the need? Because I agree with you. I would think, priority A, we got to have water there.
Water, agriculture,
but unless you're there asking the questions
flocks.
of the people that are actually living their life, you can't possibly know. And then World Vision responds to the actual need instead of the perceived needs. Because these things are endlessly complex.
And that's a key that people need to understand. That's development. So relief work is emergencies, it's food, it's water, and then it transitions to development. What's scary right now is this region of Somaliland is so primitive and so disconnected from civilization, and it's in a very difficult region, just like with even migrants and just they're trapped. They're trapped. These people can't go anywhere. And they are trapped in between relief work and development organizations to be able to come in and really help long term. I mean, they are in the no man's land and they are forgotten. I mean, there's millions of people trapped in 8-year drought and the world doesn't even pay them attention.
Yeah. And the other, as I've kind of, tried to educate myself a little bit more since traveling there. They're in the other kind of element to this story that makes it even more complex is because they are in a region that operates autonomously from Somalia. They have their own currency, they have their own military, they have their own borders that they've established, but they're not recognized by the United States. They're not recognized by the UN. Aid that is reaching Somalia internationally has an extra level of, bureaucratic obstacles to reach Somaliland.
Yeah.
And so another reason why the work of NGOs like World Vision is so critical is because this region isn't even recognized internationally. So they're not getting even the benefits of some of the international aid that Somalia is getting.
I would say the one thing that I think is really important for listeners to know is that there are things that are complex, but what is simple is that we know people need water. So if I can plug one thing before Jesse goes back to whatever conspiracy theories he was talking about before I came in here, would be that if you go to worldvision6k.org, you can run the global 6K that's happening on May 19th. You can run. We do a 6K.
I won't be ready yet.
You'll be.
Oh, no, you
Yes,
can.
you
I won't be
can.
ready
You can
yet.
do 6K
You
for
could
sure.
probably
You're part of a
on
champion.
sheer force of will, you could
4
run a
miles.
6K.
I'm team
That's-
yes, sir, on a 6K. You can do
Yeah,
that.
but that's in 3 weeks. I can't run 4 miles in 3 weeks.
You
I'm
know
not
what?
ready.
A guy in college told me one time that I can't, and you know what?
What?
I started a magazine or something. I don't remember what your story was, but you can run 6K.
You can burn hot and fast for 6K. You could do that today if you were getting chased.
You won't.
Well, no, that's you brought up a great question,
Thank
which
you.
is for the global 6K. You can register and you can walk it. But I think that's a good holistic approach to life. I mean, like, I am a slow reader. I mean, that's not a secret, especially now since I just said it on the podcast.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know.
But I make myself read a number of different books.
Interesting.
And it takes me longer to read them. I think what I am better at is, going to countries that I've never been to and being comfortable and making sure that people are relaxed and can see things and bring the story back and share it with people like we did in Somaliland. But like stretching yourselves, whether it's, running or maybe praying longer than you normally like to pray, or getting involved with advocacy. We go, anyone can call their senator and go to Capitol Hill and have a meeting and say, hey, I'd love you to carry a little bit more about the East Africa hunger and water crisis.
They talk about real estate, like price, location, size, pick two. Okay, everybody has time, a voice, or resources. If you have more resources, you might not have time to give or donate or volunteer, but you have resources. Everybody has a voice, so when it comes to advocacy and stuff like that, like everybody has a voice. And if you have resources, give resources. If you have time, give time,
Yeah.
Well, Brian, you want to sit in for the rest of the show with us? We're glad you're here.
I would love to, mainly to ask, what are all those Diet Coke cans doing in front of you? Because I understood from the last podcast that you had gone cold turkey.
Listen, it's 2 Diet Cokes and 2 bottles of water. I'm
It was
diluting
brought
them.
up a few minutes ago too.
I'm diluting them.
You've already been chastised.
Yes.
You're
Yeah, I was there. I
diluting
got you, Brian. I saw it.
All right. Hey, lastly, in case you missed it, that's segment we're in. Justin Bieber posted a video of him passionately singing Corey Asbury's song "Reckless Love."
I love
The Instagram
it.
story was accompanied by the caption, "God's love is reckless and He loves you mad tons." Here's a clip.
There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh,
There you go.
A little pitchy, but all right.
Corey Asbury's gonna be in our studio in a couple weeks.
Listen, you need to ask him. Do y'all know the story about this album? How long ago Corey wanted to put it out?
Nope.
It was like 9 years, for 8 or 9 years, something. He's been waiting. He told me about it. And
then somebody told him he couldn't do it, and he released it out of spite, probably.
it's amazing to see how the song is doing now when he actually wanted it to be out years ago, right? It's like such a lesson in perseverance and in waiting and in trusting God's timing, because who can imagine one song doing what Reckless Love has done? And he wanted it out years ago, and the Lord kept holding him back and telling him to wait. It's incredible.
That's how it's been with me in running.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm convinced
Rest
you're going
in
to do
peace.
fine. You got it.
I got it.
You're going to run the whole thing and no problem.
All right. Well, that'll do it for In Case You Missed It. And the
A very special Friday the 13th edition.
stay tuned. Up next, Slices.
What kind of love takes you under its wings, gets you so high that you can't feel a thing? What kind of love ties you up in its arms, swears it won't do you any harm? What kind of love? What kind of love? What kind of love? What kind of love?
You're listening to Tommy. The song is What Kind of Love. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Kississippi with Rinse Repeat. Well, this week's episode is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. Are you hiring? Every business needs great people, and a better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. I know the feeling. ZipRecruiter knew there was a smarter way, so they built a platform that finds the right job candidates for you. ZipRecruiter learns what you're looking for, identifies people with the right experience, and invites them to apply for your job. The invitations have revolutionized how you find your next hire. In fact, 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. And ZipRecruiter doesn't stop there. They even spotlight the strongest applications you receive so you never miss a great match. The right candidates are out there. ZipRecruiter is how you find them. I can attest. We have used ZipRecruiter successfully and found some great candidates that way. Businesses of all sizes trust ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. And right now, relevant podcast listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/relevant. That's ZipRecruiter.com/relevant. One more time, because three times you remember it. ZipRecruiter.com/relevant. There you go. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Okay, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
Okay, so Netflix recently posted a job opening on their website that for some people this could be the dream job. It is actually for the official title is like editorial analyst, but essentially this is a professional binge watcher. They are hiring people to sit there all day, watch new original programmings, research, rate, tag, and annotate it, and write analysis for it that they can read. So your whole job, if you get this, is to watch Netflix from when you clock in to when you clock out, and basically taking notes the whole time about what you like. Now, this is notable for a couple of reasons. First, does anyone know how many original shows Netflix plans to release just next year or just in 2018 alone?
200.
One. I'm just trying to do like how they do on
That leaves me with a really interesting place to vote.
Oh, you're going Price is Right.
$1.
Okay, I say 200.
I'm going to say 85.
Oh, my. Chandler? Brian? Anybody?
I'll do 150.
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't you have picked 2? Andy? You would've
201 or 201.
I just
Brian,
wanna,
what do you choose?
I just want to keep talking until Jesse gets visibly angry because we're not letting him finish his statement.
Choose 201. This is the obvious strategy, Brian. What do you choose?
There's a gap between 200 and 800.
I would say, honestly, 85.
They are. Andy, did you guess? You said 85, right?
I actually also said 85, surprisingly.
Okay. They are releasing 700 original shows this year.
no.
So I win.
700. So with all these new shows here, okay. So I later on we're talking about remakes, right? And I feel like a show that's been remade that one of our observations has been like a Full House or something where it could have been improved if like a network had like given notes on it. Like I feel like that's a lot of things for a lot of the Netflix shows. Like they're really close to being good. The same thing with Arrested Development when that came back. It was almost like the creatives at Netflix hires to make these shows just get full reign and they just do whatever they want and they make it. And a lot of times it doesn't seem like the quality or pacing as some of the shows that you see on network TV or on other channels.
Yeah, I think even more HBO would be like a really close comparison because like HBO has like just some really specific tastemakers that make every documentary just so much better.
Well, that's the thing is like you hear about the creative process if you're doing an HBO show. HBO is very involved, and then Netflix went the opposite route, all hands off. We'll just hire talented makers, and then they do it. And the shows are just like a lot of them are like I get the pitch, and but it wasn't quite. Every writer needs an editor. Every musician needs a producer. You need fresh eyes, and Netflix didn't have that, and that's why it's just like some hits and some misses. Whereas HBO doesn't really have misses.
Not to self promote, but like that was one of the great parts of the being on the Relevant Network with the New Activist was like nobody had really spoken into the show. I was just putting it out, and then all of a sudden, like Jesse started to give some like gentle feedback, and the show was like. It's like the same thing, but so much better. Like it's good to work in that environment. We love
what you want to do. What about this little tweak, and then that could elevate things.
And it did. Those little changes change everything.
Well, essentially now Netflix is hiring binge watchers to do this. But what's interesting to me is
to
like
watch those 700. That's what they want you to watch.
Yeah, they want you to watch their original program.
Yeah, you can't like watch Friends. They don't need notes for the Friends marathon.
They're like they were on a break.
Really well thought through. You're right.
But it's interesting that they're shifting the strategy and they're actually hiring people to do this. But the other kind of thing I was thinking about with this is like the way that technology and media is evolving, like there's no college major right now for binge watching and note giving on TV shows. Like this is an entirely new profession that's just been invented because of a need, but I don't see it going away. I mean, we talked about how Amazon's spending $1 billion for 5 seasons of Lord of the Rings show. I think these kind of like note takers and binge watchers honestly could be like a viable career thing and not in the not too distant future, or at least an interesting kind of position in the media landscape, because more and more of these shows are going to be made every day and they're going to need people to watch them and at least give like when we do podcasts, we have quality control rounds. Yeah. People on staff listen to them before they go up.
Here's
when
the
you're
deal,
producing this volume of show,
because Chandler is doing the edits, we got to check that he's not slipping stuff in there. You know what I'm saying?
Subliminal,
sometimes you gotta
disturbing subliminal messages from the novel that he wrote. But it's logical that ultimately you need people to watch these when you're producing them at this volume. I think it's a kind of a cool development for people, though. That would be, I don't know if I would really like that job. I mean, it sounds cool on paper, but I like talk to people who EA Sports, like the video game company, is there in Orlando, and I talked to some people one time because I was like, dude, that'd be really cool. They have video game testers. Like I would see ads for like video game testers, like locally, and they're like, dude, it's the worst job ever. He's like, most of them never get to leave like the menu screens, like when you're like setting up the game. Like, so binge watching could be one of those jobs that seems really cool on paper, but if it was your job, maybe you just get sick and tired of it because you have to watch cruddy TV
For
shows.
sure you would. I mean, because you're only going to you're going to think that's awesome for a week.
Right.
And then you're going to wish that you could go outside sometimes and have friends again and not eat all the time.
No, but I think that's part of the data is that people watch so much on their phones now that maybe that's part of what they want to learn. Like, are you watching it on the subway or are you just sitting in front of your house while also playing on your phone?
Huh. There you go. All right, what do you have, Eddie?
Okay, I would like to paraphrase this because I know we're trying to push through it. But Utah has passed the country's first law legalizing free-range parenting. So let's talk about what free-range parenting is. First of all, it's a great name, but there have been over the last kind of 2 decades. Sorry, Annie, what'd you say?
Makes me think of chickens.
That's exactly what it is. So over the last few decades, there has been this increasing constriction on how parents parent children. And there have been laws that have prohibited parents really letting their kids just do whatever, right? So they're saying like you can never leave your kid alone. The kid can't come home in the day, like latchkey kids. There are some laws preventing latchkey kids. You can't let your kid ride their bike to, wherever alone. And there is this trend that's happening called free range parenting where lawmakers and individuals are starting to push back hard on this idea and saying, no. This is creating way too much stress on the kids. This is creating just overscheduled kids and way too much stress on the parents as well. Let kids go. And so this law in Utah is essentially saying, as long as it's not harmful to the kid, and as long as it is within reasonable parenting standards. Now, granted, there's a lot of leeway within this new law. You can let your kid do whatever. So I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about like when I grew up, my mom used to. And then someone said this in the article as well. She used to do the same thing. I would leave after breakfast and just go wherever I wanted. In the summer, I drove miles and miles away on my bike and just went wherever I wanted and hung out with my friends. Like it didn't matter. I would just go to, if she was at the mall, I could just wander around and she'd say like, meet me at the, Annie N's Pretzels or whatever in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it was like, but now we would never do that. Our kids are completely supervised at all times. And so now there's this movement back to free range parenting. I thought it was very interesting. I wanted to see what you all thought about it.
I read Bob Goff is one of my heroes. One of the other on my Mount Rushmore.
We should have him on the show.
Richard Branson.
Oh yeah,
the guy who founded Virgin.
Yeah.
And his biography is fascinating. And he talked about growing up in a small town near London. And one of the things that his mom did to instill independence and kind of problem solving in him is she would put him in situations where he had to like fend for himself. Mm-hmm. And so he talked about one memory he had that formed him.
Yeah.
Was he was 6 years old. She drove him to the other side of their city.
That's right.
Dropped him on a street corner and said, "I'll see you at dinner."
No.
And drove home.
Yeah, about that.
And as a 6-year-old, he had to figure out how to get back to his house. And when he walked in at 6:15 that night, he talked about the experience. It was terrifying. He didn't know where to go. He didn't know how to get home.
Mm-hmm.
She was there cooking.
Much.
She was there cooking and said, "I knew you'd find your way."
Right.
And he said, it taught me that I, number one, can't count on anybody. I have to be able to fend for myself, that I can overcome obstacles. And it was a formative moment when he was 6. I can't imagine. Now, it was a different era of crime and things like that.
I have a 6-year-old daughter. I cannot fathom dropping her
Yeah, you
off
wouldn't do that with Cohen, would you? At this point,
8.
he's not
No,
6.
of course I would not.
Well, I say there's two things. One, no one wants to hear parenting advice from anyone else other than a single childless adult like myself. But one, what about the children that maybe their parents did that and they didn't make it across town? Or two, statistically, I think, are children safer now because, I'm not saying you need to be a helicopter parent, but because your kid goes from karate to ballet, are abductions of children down? I honestly don't know those statistics.
Yeah, that's true. That's an interesting stat.
I mean, remember when you were a little kid and you would sleep in the back of a car, in a sleeping bag and then...
I think those are hobos.
No,
I think you were being kidnapped, Brian.
Me
We should
and
talk
my
about
siblings, me and my siblings had no place to stay, and we found a boxcar in the woods, and we went on various adventures as these boxcar children.
Well, I will tell you, in truth, though, if you remember years ago on the show, I had I still have young kids, but I was in early parenting when I was a couple of years ago on the show, and I remember Shauna was on and had told this great story of how basically her parents,
when she turned 13,
sent her to Paris and was like,
by herself,
have fun.
She flew to Paris by herself.
Yeah, so she
at
flew.
13 years
they had
old.
a family friend that essentially gave her a key to the flat that she was living in, but it wasn't this lady was making her dinner. Shauna just lived in Paris and said how formative that was for her. And I remember it rattled me. And then I thought, Well, Shauna's an amazing
And
person.
she also talked about how for a year they prepared and she traveled with her dad and all that stuff.
And I think that's the thing, because I was realizing today as I was walking my kids to school, like we have to cross a busy street, and I haven't said like, hey, look both ways. They grab my hand, I look, we walk, and I'm like, I haven't taught them how to cross a street yet.
Is there a different, well, I guess no, because Shauna went over to Paris, but I wonder if there's a different cultural expectation on little boys doing that than little girls.
Yeah, I bet there is. But
I remember one time though, I was in Chicago visiting a friend in like high school, and he called in sick, and he convinced me to too. And we ended up taking his dad's red convertible. We ended up in a parade. We went to a Cubs game.
I know, Brian was with him first. The rest of us were like, huh?
No, I spent a week in traveling around Somaliland. I see where he's going with this.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I grew up where we played outside. I mean, like we lived on a farm around a lake. And so mom, it would literally be like, she would yell when we had to come in for dinner and that kind of stuff. But I was never dropped off at another part of town. And there also wasn't a narrative expectation of, you should be able to handle yourself wherever you are on your own. Like my parents never directly said that. And I don't have any memories of them indirectly saying like, you should be able to be dropped off on any town and find your way back to Marietta, Georgia.
Yeah.
One time when I was a kid, I had a group of guys that I like to hang out with, and we discovered some pirate treasure in a well. And my friend could do the truffle shuffle, and it was just a big adventure. I learned a lot from that one too. I've had a lot of adventures that I did when I was a kid.
All right.
Those are Goonies.
All right, Annie, what do you have?
That'll do it.
Annie, what do you have?
Okay, so I'm going to direct us to a website that everyone is going to love. It's sambarsky.com. Exactly what you think it is. Let me tell you about Sam.
What do I think it is?
What?
What do you mean exactly what I think it is? I don't think
It's exactly what I meant like the spelling. Sorry. I think the spelling, I'm not going to spell it. Sam Barsky is exactly how you think it is. That's what I meant.
I see.
Like a bar, a ski, and Sam.
And now .com.
Bar Sky. Yeah. Well, figure it out, everybody. Listen,
Annie,
here's the
She
thing.
has a weird silent G in there.
Yeah, you made the statement AFD. I'm sorry.
I did. I'm not. Yeah, this is on me. Sam sews his own sweaters for everywhere he's going to visit and then takes a picture in front of it. He is a sweater knitter. And everywhere he visits, he's been doing it for 20 years. Wow. He just started because he saw some women knitting at like a craft fair and said that he wanted to learn how. So there are all these pictures of him standing in a field, and on his sweater that he has knit is the flowers from the field, or in front of the Eiffel Tower, and it's the Eiffel Tower, or the Hollywood sign. Some of them are short sleeves, which I think is very weird. But my favorite one, the reason you need to go to the website, because he has them on the website. I mean, y'all can imagine, we've all been friends long enough. I lost significant amount of my life in hours looking through his website because he has them set up by year starting in 2000.
No way.
And yes. And he's made all these sweaters himself. And my favorite one, Jesse, this is why I had to bring it to you today as my slice. My favorite one is his in front of the governor's palace in Williamsburg. He knit the governor's palace onto a sweater. It's amazing.
Does he sell the sweaters after? Or?
No, he keeps them. He in the bottom of the article, it's a New York Times article. In the bottom of the article, it says he just did like a class where he taught people how to knit, and he brought 30 of them with him so that he could show them to people. He just knits them for himself and wears them once when he goes visits that place.
But he's creative too, because one of them's like a sweater T-shirt.
Yeah. Some of them are short sleeve. That's really weird to me.
I'm looking at one that he's in an aquarium with sharks, and there's sharks on his T-shirt sweater.
Yes,
this guy's
amazing.
a hero.
That is amazing. That's great.
It's amazing. It's just a good way to use some of your time, you guys. I'm just here to help everybody waste time on the internet.
Going full circle, when you said sambarsky.com, that is exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
So that's fascinating. I thought, I bet this guy makes his own sweaters.
Guys, I remember this
slice.
other really formative thing that happened to me one time when I was left at my house when my parents and my family actually went on a vacation.
All right.
And,
So
I booby trapped and everything was okay.
robbers.
And the old man with the shovel wasn't actually that scary. I've learned a lot, is what I'm saying.
So before we wrap up Slices, I have that big announcement about our 600th
I earned the
episode.
respect of Buzz, who was a big bully before that.
Our 600th episode is coming up in 2 weeks. And
I'm ready to hear about this.
We are not great at planning ahead.
I wouldn't say that. I would say you're very, very bad at it. Like just
So a couple of days ago, we came up with an idea. Hey, we should do something. So here's what we're doing for our 600th episode, and you guys can get involved. On Friday, April 27th, we are doing a live podcast. We are going to stream it on Facebook and other social media outlets, which if you follow us on Twitter, we'll make sure you know about. We're going to do a live show beginning to end, multicam, the thing here in our Orlando studios. And one of the things that's special, John Mark McMillan will be joining us for it. We'll have some other special guests.
Ooh, I love him.
Pop in via Skype.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, he's going to be great.
Man,
Yeah, I can't
He's
wait.
not only a great artist, he's actually pretty funny. He's so like he'll hang. So we're doing that on the 27th. If you happen to want to play hooky from work that day,
is it during the day?
yeah, we'll do it at 11:30 a.m. on Friday, April 27th.
To be
Eastern.
clear, I am a semi-beloved member of the show and just found out, but I'm free. I just looked at my calendar, so I will.
I did too, Eddie. I did too.
I will be there, but like no one texted or called.
Like I said, it just happened.
it was
but
paid.
if you guys want to come join us, you can. That's the thing. If you want to come.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So we did this on our 500th episode. We had a small in-studio audience.
Gosh.
And if you guys want to come.
I was there for that.
Yeah. If you guys want to come to our 600th live episode, we have room to
We've
accommodate
been doing
you.
this show forever.
Can I extend an invitation to? Oh, we haven't done the listener of the week yet. Because I was going to extend an invitation to Perry to do some live impressions.
Yeah, I am pretty stoked about these impressions.
But you did talk about you talked about what his facts were, so you could say that, Jesse.
No, I'm pretty stoked about
so
his.
there's going to be a lot of special guests. Perry, the impressionist listener of the week.
Perry
If
the
you happen to show
impressionist.
up, you will be granted a microphone.
We need to
do
see
some
if they're any
impressions
good.
live.
Side note about Perry, I have a pretty interesting opener for him. I think he wants to play racquetball with me, so I'm going to ask him about that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So we'll post online more information about the live show if you want to come.
Oh man, live shows are my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
by
I'm
far.
flying in, flying out, same day.
Hold on, you're
I'm making
in?
it.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's
I'm
going to come.
coming live. We're
I'm
going to
gonna
be
see
there.
Jesse's going to be here live. Annie's coming down.
Ooh, I want to see if Bree can come.
The whole family
Not
will
like
be
on
here.
a show, but like hang out.
The whole family will be here. So if you want to come join us for our 600th episode live, come or to Orlando, our downtown, right downtown. You can catch a Magic game afterwards. No, wait, that's the playoffs. Never mind. There won't be any Magic games. Or if you can't come, watch us online. We'll be streaming it live, and then we'll post the whole thing on
That'll be
YouTube
so
and stuff after the
fun.
fact. So
Fun.
all right. So just
I'm
be watching.
already
Be
know what
watching
I'm
our Twitter feed at
I
Relevant
don't know
Podcast
what
for
I'm
more
wearing.
info.
I'm totally going to buy something new. I'm 100% buying a new shirt.
I'm wearing this
There you go.
Oh, yeah. You're not
every day,
shirts.
same shirt.
I
Next.
think you should
I'm
wear
gonna-
a custom sweater.
I'm gonna
and I know where you can
knit
get it.
that's
myself a
great.
sweater for it.
So
Yeah.
you
I'm
put
like a
all of our
shark
faces on it,
sweater.
Cameron? Will you knit all of us onto your sweater?
Like a Mount Rushmore of your
Yes.
faces. I like it. Okay, well, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Bob Goff joins us.
Riding down the street in my CRV, picking up my homies in my CRV, kick it with my boo thing in my CRV. Riding down the street in my Honda SUV, riding down the street in my CRV, picking up my homies in my CRV, kick it with my boo thing in my CRV, riding down the street in my Honda SUV.
You're listening to Kuko. Song is CRV. An entire song about his Honda CRV. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, that's such a
Didn't
good
you have
idea.
a CRV at one point?
I had a Civic.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
But
not
you're
as
pro
cool.
Honda.
Right. Oh, absolutely. For sure.
Yeah.
Classic.
Well, this week's show is also brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a landing page, a beautiful gallery, a professional blog, or an online store, it's all included with your Squarespace website. Building a site with Squarespace is easy. They have a simple, intuitive process where you can drag and drop your content and features with a click of a mouse. You can use their award-winning templates, or you can customize them like crazy. It's simple or it's complex, whatever you want. You can create anything with Squarespace. And right now, you can also get a custom domain included with your Squarespace site for free when you sign up for a year. We use Squarespace. I'm building a site right now on Squarespace. It's my go-to. Right now, Squarespace is offering Relevant Podcast listeners a special deal. You can start your free trial today at squarespace.com and then enter offer code RELEVANT to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace, set your website apart. Oh, that's good. Well, Bob Goff is a best-selling author, popular speaker, and philanthropist, and lawyer, formerly, I guess. In his new book, Everybody Always, Becoming Love in a World Full of Setbacks and Difficult People, Bob looks at what happens when we stop avoiding difficult people and simply love everyone. He's a friend, a hero. He's one of the few people that I read his book, Love Does, and he was a hero, mentor. And then I got to meet him, and the guy is the real deal.
Yeah.
He lives what he preaches. If you haven't read Love Does, start there and then get Everybody Always. We recently talked with Bob about the new book, his philosophy on loving people and how to change the world one person at a time. That's what he does. Here is our conversation with Bob Goff.
Was there a specific moment that inspired you to say, okay, I know, like, how did you come up with, this is the thing that I need to write about right now?
Yeah, just the thing to me, when I'm looking at people that love Jesus like way more than me, somehow they've become cast or tried out for the part of being Jesus's lawyer. And here's the problem. He doesn't need a lawyer, and they're not very good at it. I'm an average writer. I'm an awesome lawyer. And I think here's the deal. Like, Jesus doesn't need a lawyer. He needs a bunch of humble men and women who know what they believe and why they believe it, but they're not trying to beat everybody else up because they believe something else.
Right.
So you can just take so much delight in knowing the truth of what you believe. And I'm a big guy, for reading scripture. That's an important thing to me. But I'm not, this book has as many Bible verses as the last one has, which is 0, and that's rounding up. Because I just don't think we need to do that. You can know the truth, know why you're saying what you're saying, and just say things you're positive are true. Wouldn't that be beautiful? If you just said only the things you were certain were true, you and I would say a lot less. Or get real about just saying, this one I want to be true, but I'm just guessing about it right now, but I really hope it's true.
One thing that you mentioned after that initial story in the book about your computer being stolen and all of that is that you said that we have to love everybody always, including the people who stole the computer from you. And there's some things that I read that I read later on in the book that I'm like, wow, that is like, they're crazy redemptive stories. But because this one happened, personally, I was thinking about this and wondering, what does that love look like for people who have done something wrong to, who have wronged us personally or have done things that, a lot of people might consider unforgivable. What does that mean to love them, and what does that look like?
Yeah, for each of us, we can't answer for someone else. You can't say, so this is what you need to do about that person. We can say, for me, for somebody who's been insensitive, somebody that's said a harsh word, somebody that's been out of line, like, how am I going to engage them with love? And sometimes you just don't need to swing at every pitch. It's just that simple. You just, I'm a pretty hard guy not to get along with. I don't know if you're picking up on that. But I'll send out a tweet every morning, and I saw it on Instagram. And every once in a while, somebody will say something kind of like, a little bit, got a little barb to it back, and it probably only happens 2 times a year, but they'll say that. And so you get to decide, I get to decide, are you going to engage that? So what I decided to do is I just go into their feed and I read what they're saying, and I've tried to learn something, turn them into my teacher to say, they obviously have a different worldview. And so what's one thing I can learn? And oftentimes they use words that aren't familiar words to me. I have to look them up in the dictionary, and I find out all these things I've heard before. And so once I've done that, then I block them. It's like a going away party. So the whole idea is to just, you can find a different way to deal with all of your angst. Some people think they're protecting baby Jesus, but I've been reading Revelations and I'm convinced he's out of the crib. Like, he's literally got this thing. And the beautiful thing about being God of the universe, being all-powerful, is he doesn't need us to be acting like we're the hall monitors for everybody's behaviors that we disagree with. Does that mean you're going to engage in it? Oh, heck no. But I don't need it. It's not that I'm indifferent. As a matter of fact, I'm so resolute about what I believe, like Matthew 25. Hungry people, thirsty people, sick people, strange people, naked people, and people in jail. It's the only thing that we're going to be talking to Jesus about when we get there. We're not going to be singing Chris Tomlin songs. We're going to be with a lot of people that we disagree with. And I haven't found it anywhere in Scripture, but I have this sense, like whoever in our faith communities we couldn't get along with here on earth, like Jesus will make us roommates in heaven. We can be arguing about the top bunk forever. And so all this is underlie these principles that Jesus talked about, to just love everybody always. And to start with the people that are difficult. Don't start, because the people that are my friends, that are easy to get along with, they make me feel like I'm a boss at loving people. You know why? Because they're bosses at loving people. That's why they make me feel that way. And so I'm trying to get beyond that. So, from the book, we have a witch doctor school. We started trying cases against these guys that were sacrificing children. There were death penalty cases. I tried the first one in the country. But then I ran into Matthew 5 about loving your enemies. I'm like, these guys are actually my enemy because of what they do.
Yeah.
And so I had to decide for me, do I want to be right or do I want to be Jesus? And there's an opportunity actually to be both. But you have to be humble. And so we started meeting with witch doctors. I've met with over 1,000 witch doctors so far in Uganda. I'll send out on the Bush radio. I'm still serving as the consul for the country. So I said, the consul of Uganda is coming, and I command every witch doctor to meet with me, and they come. And they're creepy, creepy dudes. And I asked them, like, what do you need? And they said, we don't know how to read or write. So get this, I started a witch doctor school a couple years ago. It's so creepy.
Oh, my gosh.
And the only books we have in witch doctor school are the Bible and what does. Isn't that awesome to read that book? And there's something beautiful that happens in some of the stories in the book of unlikely calls, unlikely things that these people that used to do the most horrific things or have actually changed, that they bumped into not all my opinions, they actually bumped into Jesus. And that's what happens here. It's not, just far away. People meet our opinions when actually I want them to meet Jesus. I want them to just catch a breath and realizing both at the starting lines, we're each one of us, all of your listeners, terribly insecure. We just act it out differently. And sometimes the people that are actually the loudest voices are sometimes turns out the most insecure ones. So I'm not passing judgment on it, but I don't need to swing at every pitch because they're just working out. And once they're done with you, they'll work out their insecurities on the next guy. So I'm like, nah, I'm going to take a pass. And I've kind of learned that along the way by just not being harsh with people. And I'm a lawyer. I win arguments for a living.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to be Jesus' lawyer. I'm trying to be a follower. He said, follow me, not like represent me. And there's a big difference. He doesn't need all of our spin. He just needs people who have our eyes fixed on him and him alone, and not trying to be a little bit more right than the next person.
That was Bob Goff. Make sure to check out his new book, Everybody Always. It comes out next week. You're listening to Beach House. The song is Dark Spring from their album 7, Dark Spring.
Glad they're coming back with new music.
Well, this week's show is also brought to you by Casper. What is Casper? Casper is a sleep brand that makes expertly designed products to help you get your best rest one night at a time. You spend 1/3 of your life sleeping, so you should be comfortable. Casper mattresses are cleverly designed to mimic human curves, providing supportive comfort for all kinds of bodies. They work tirelessly to make a quality sleep surface that cradles your natural geometry in all the right places, Eddie. The original Casper mattress combines multiple supportive memory foams for a quality sleep surface with just the right amounts of both sink and bounce. I can attest, my son Cohen has his Casper mattress, and it is the best one in the house. Casper also offers a wide array of other products like pillows and sheets to ensure an overall better sleep experience, and everything is designed, developed, and assembled right here in the U.S. Casper products are affordable because they cut out the middleman and sell directly to you, and right now they are offering Relevant Podcast listeners a special deal. You can get $50 towards select mattresses by visiting casper.com/RM and using promo code RM at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. I have to say that. That's in italics. Right now, remember, that's $50 off select mattresses by visiting casper.com/RM and using promo code RM at checkout. All right, it's time for your feedback. As we've been doing for the last couple months now, we're starting our feedback segment with our Listener of the Week.
You listen to the show, and it's time to get to know you. It's the Listener of the Week.
This week, Jesse, why don't you tell us a little bit about our Listener of the Week before we bring him on?
All right, our Listener of the Week this week is Perry Ross, and here are the 3 facts that really got me interested in talking to Perry. I'm mainly going to hone in on 3. I'm on number 3,
right?
As I alluded to at the beginning of the show. His first one was... This is odd because we, a little peek behind the curtain. We actually briefly just spoke to Perry, but his fact number 1 was he bit his tongue off when he was a kid, which can only lead me to believe he has a prosthetic tongue, which I'm interested in.
Right.
He was robbed at gunpoint while working at a Burger King. And finally, this is the one I really want to dig into. I do some pretty okay impressions. Welcome to the show, Perry. The man with no tongue, Perry Ross. Perry, do you have a tongue?
Thanks, guys.
Perry.
It's great to talk to all of you guys.
They reattached it. Hey, where are you calling us from?
I'm from Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines.
Dude, are you the guy? We've been on Twitter friends for a while. We know I'm Eddie. It's nice to meet you. Did you ask me to play racquetball a couple times?
Racquetball? It's possible. I'm not quite sure, but
don't you feel like you'd remember if you tweeted to me to ask me to play racquetball?
Yeah,
that feels like a pretty specific memory.
But
you did do that?
I don't think it was me, but it's possible.
Man, I always thought it was you. Well, anyhow, don't edit a word of that. I want all that weirdness in there. No, because that's how I make a new friend.
I think he asks a lot of people to play racquetball. He just can't remember if he asked you specifically.
Yeah. Right. No, I do. It's funny because everyone I meet, I ask to play racquetball, but I specifically thought I never would want to play racquetball with Eddie. I just never would. So.
Eddie's employing a classic dating strategy where you go, did you call me? Did you ask me to dinner?
Did you?
I don't know. That's what you're doing.
I like the whole... I know Perry from somewhere. Anyhow, let's not make this about me. Perry,
right,
it's nice to meet you.
So the tongue thing, okay, cool. The gunpoint, terrible, tragic story. We got to get to number 3. What are these great impressions?
Well, they're okay. They're not great, but they're more okay.
Well, you brought them up, bud. You brought them up.
No. Pretty okay.
No, Perry's about to do some of the best impressions you've ever.
Yeah.
Pretty okay. So I would say there's a few that are the top: Sean Connery, Jimmy Stewart, and I'm working on a Christopher Walken.
Start with that.
Oh, we're gonna workshop.
We need to workshop the Walken real quick. Let's start.
Are we telling the truth of what we think after we hear him?
Yeah, let's start with the wet cement. Let's hear the work in progress Walken.
No.
Okay, so the hard part is coming up with things to say. So I almost need a line.
I can barely keep
able to say something. So Jesse, I feel like you could give me a good line.
Here's what you need to do. Tell me how you bit your tongue off as Christopher Walken.
There we go.
That's great. Well, when I was just a boy,
I can't even listen to this.
Keep going. This is great.
It's on a good
I don't really remember too much about it.
It's like you're like 75% there.
Yes, like I said, that one's a work in progress. It's really hard.
Okay. Now, real quick, you're Sean Connery, but you were also robbed at gunpoint at Burger King. Tell us the story as Sean Connery.
This is pressure.
Yeah.
So there was a night where the guy that came in, I was ready to mop the floor. And I said, "What are you doing with the gun in my face?"
Oh, gosh.
Just take the money. Don't harm the children.
Stop it. Just stop it, man.
Perry's too good. Okay.
I tell you, Perry, I have never loved a segment more and less at the same time.
There's one more.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's
the Jimmy
Jimmy
Stewart
Stewart.
one,
Okay,
you
hold
might
on,
not
Perry.
have-
I
No,
want you to
this is-
say, Jimmy Stewart, give me a ring or not, no big whoop.
Well, you say, I just wanted to be on the show so bad. You could give me a ring, maybe, but I don't know.
Oh my God.
Either way, it's fine. No big whoop.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Chandler's so in. Chandler's really on your
Dude,
team.
Perry, you have a gift, man.
Perry, okay, let's give him some honest feedback. Really good.
I thought they were flawless.
Yeah, I thought they were really great.
I think, dude, I wouldn't call the walk-in a work in progress. I would say it's there, man. For you, it's there.
Success, yeah.
Brian, where are you at with all this? You feel good?
I feel I'm concerned, but I want to know where he is. Are you at work in a cubicle right now? Where are you calling
No,
from?
I'm working from home today, so
youth
usually
director.
Wednesdays are my day off. But
Gotta be a youth director.
Wait, so are we allowed to know where you work? Is that too much
Sure,
information?
I'm a worship leader. So
there you
Yeah,
go.
nailed it. Church
Okay,
guy.
so
Nailed
when
it. Yep.
your church, which I'm sure listens regularly to the Relevant podcast, finds out that you're quote unquote working from home, what's going to happen?
Well, you didn't see the air quotes there. There's a lot of Relevant podcast listeners at my church, so it's fine. It's
What do
going to
you-
be.
Oh, hey, everybody.
The buzz will be
Where's your
off.
church?
They're going to be excited.
What do you think about Corey Asbury's song "Reckless Love"?
We're doing it this weekend,
you go.
actually. So
How many capos will
Aren't
you
we
be
all?
using for that song?
just one, because I do it in F. F sharp's too high. So
No, I get that. You got to
there
do
you
the
go.
one for the drop D and then
Just do
another one
before
on
you-
12 so
Perry,
that you can
Perry,
hit
before
those
you go,
sevenths.
bring us home
Yes.
with the chorus of "Reckless Love,"
Yes.
sang by Christopher
I don't know
Walken.
that we
This is
should do that.
exactly what I wanted, Jesse. This is exactly what I wanted.
Perry, you're not a dancing monkey, but you should still do it.
as I didn't see who you wanted me to do it by.
Just your best
Christopher
one.
Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Whatever you'd say is your
Christopher Walken.
Singing Corey Asbury's
Oh,
"Reckless
man,
Love."
that's so hard.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
I will say this. Can I throw an audible? Can I
Yeah.
call an audible?
You sure can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yes,
can.
because there is a really obscure voice that I'm really working on, and that is Stephen Hawking. And so
Way too soon, and that's just on time. So let's hear it.
I would like to do Stephen Hawking reading the Book of Genesis, if that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
please.
now we're gonna have to have
So-
an immediate stop button for you.
I'm
So
really scared. and
if I say
excited.
stop, you have to stop right away.
Okay,
No,
so
do not listen to Eddie, Perry. Keep going.
Here we go. Long ago, before there wasn't these stars in the universe, God created the heavens and the earth.
Oh, this guy.
And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, and it was
Oh, this
very
guy.
good.
Is
Oh my
unbelievable.
Okay, no.
That's great.
I
is
just
very
wish
clever,
everyone
man.
could see all of y'all respond. Cameron
Can
throws
Perry be our
himself into
listener
the
of the
wall.
week every
Jesse,
week from
I mean,
here on?
Eddie throws his headphones off.
That sounds like a new segment. I call in and we can do.
no,
just
Perry,
voice
that's-
workshop something.
Respectfully,
No
this is
problematic
the
impersonation.
this is your whole
Every
life on
week.
the show.
I mean, you
And-
are trying
Yeah.
to expand the podcast network.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah.
sounds like
This
a
may
new
be the end of the
show.
Perry
show.
Ross,
Something
yeah.
like
Perry,
that.
can I ask you like 2 or 3 real questions?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you're a worship leader. What kind of church is it?
We are a
What flavor?
Lutheran church, but we are not your typical Lutheran church.
Yeah, if you're doing Corey Asbury.
it's-
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, great. Do you have like a family up there, or what brings you up to that part of the world?
I grew up in Des Moines.
Oh, that's sweet.
The church is in West Des Moines, which is a town just west of Des Moines. But there's, yeah, it's.
No, Perry's got jokes.
That's
We
where
get
we're-
it.
That's where we're at.
Yeah,
we got
I
it.
got you. I
But
got you.
I've been here about 11 years at this church, and
Wow.
I love it. It's great.
Dude,
It's fantastic.
congratulations. Nobody stays at a church that long.
know.
Well done.
It's a good
How
church.
long did you last, Eddie? Like about 4 years?
I lasted 4.5 years. I've been on iJam staff longer than I was on Summit staff.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
wow.
That is something.
Something only to 2 people that know what we're talking about right now. But yep.
All right. Well, Perry, it's great talking to you, man. Thanks for
You too. I
thanks
look
for
forward
listening.
to hearing it all come out.
Perry, we think the world of you.
Thanks, Perry.
Thanks
Bye,
for
Perry. I'd
listening.
love to play
Perry
racquetball
Ross.
soon.
Okay, I would love to do that too, Eddie.
Nope.
We'll work it out one of these days.
Was that another? Were you doing an impression as a goodbye?
That was Jimmy Stewart. That was a good
That was
one.
unbelievable.
Please do impersonations the entire time you were playing racquetball with Eddie.
I would throw up. It is like someone just jabbing a sword in my ears and face.
That's a good strategy to win.
Yeah, that is really true.
All right.
Perry,
Bye-
you're
bye,
a good
Perry.
and crazy person.
Perry, thanks, man.
Thank you. Love you guys. Appreciate all of you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks,
We love you
buddy.
too,
Thanks
pal.
for all you do.
Nice.
Yep.
I don't think the listeners ever told us they loved us. That feels special.
This segment gets better and better. And I don't want listeners to feel like they have to one up.
No, but
it's just like it keeps revealing
But he set the
itself.
bar very high.
Yeah.
You're like,
That Christopher Hawking, that Stephen Hawking reading Genesis.
That
was unbelievable.
seriously.
I had
I
to,
can't
and it was
unhear that.
Yeah, what you can't see is I mean, Annie described it, but like you were just, it was a visceral, it was like a sonic wave moving through.
I have to remove myself from awkward situations.
All
I
of
just
the rest of the
I'm
races
so
were
glad I
like pretty
picked that
common impersonations, you know, like that's kind of a go-to for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But to go the Stephen Hawking reading anything route, just
It is so
really brought it up a
insensitive.
few levels.
It's
so wildly insensitive. And I was afraid he was just going to push Siri to talk or something, but he really went for
No,
it.
you did. Hey, it's time for your feedback. Last week we asked you guys what TV show you'd like to see rebooted.
I love this.
You know, we're in the era of the Will and Grace, the Roseannes. There's talk of an Office reboot, or you know, I heard rumors on Reading Relevant this morning that maybe Parks and Rec might come back. So we want to know what TV shows you'd like to see rebooted. You guys hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. You also posted on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. Here's a few of our favorites.
So Charlie Rankin on Twitter said that PureFlix should remake the classic Nickelodeon show Salute Your Shorts, but have it take place at a Christian youth camp with Pete Holmes and Nick Thune playing the camp counselors.
That's so good.
Oh, I would watch that.
Yeah, that'd be a great
basic.
idea.
I would love to watch Salute Your Shorts again. I loved Salute
same.
Your Shorts.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Remember Donkey Lips? That's still around. Like every couple of years, I'll Google him just to see what he's doing.
Yeah, that's why we need a reunion of Salute Your Shorts, because I just want to see all of them again as adults going back to the old summer camp.
Yeah. Although, like, there was the Netflix movie, the Wet Hot American Summer,
yeah.
and they're all older, and it didn't land. It was sad. It was like 10 years later or something like that. Yeah.
It was 10 years later, but they were portraying it as the first day of summer so that they're all like younger, even though they're now way older and look very different.
Yeah.
But did they run shorts up a flagpole? No.
I don't know.
Camp Anawana, we hold you in our heart, and when we think about you, Eddie.
I don't want to do this. This would be rude. There are children listening to this.
Man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Ashton.
By the way, I used to like change the channel real briefly when I was a kid if like my grandparents were over or somebody, because I'd be like, I don't want them to tell me to turn this off. So I'd act like, oops, I sat on the controller right when Buckwheat said, you make us want to fart, just because I want to watch
What are you, an animal? Let's move on.
Pro move. It was a real pro move.
Ashton Fernandez said, how about a Family Matters reboot where family doesn't matter anymore? Urkel, which is a good joke in and of itself, but continues. Urkel is now permanently Stephen Urkel. All the attention from
Stefan.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Stefan Urkel. That's right. You got to change both of them. All the attention has gone completely to his head. He's still single. Eventually, Laura helps him get his life right, and they fall in love. I got to tell you, Ashton, it's a fine idea.
Yeah, I'd watch Family Matters. I'd watch a reboot.
Family just doesn't matter anymore.
Have you watched the Fuller House at all?
I did not.
You seem like the target demo for that, Annie.
I watched the first season. I haven't watched after the first season. Yeah, I mean, I think I am the target demo. I think girls who watch TGIF in the 90s are probably exactly who they're going after.
That's literally what I was saying. It wasn't.
Yeah, you got it, dude.
It wasn't.
No.
You got it, dude.
No,
Have y'all watched it at all?
I watched a couple. I watched a couple, and it just obviously sitcoms have evolved since then so much that that campy format just.
Yeah,
it was tough.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I was one season
and out, and it like wasn't self-aware enough for me to enjoy.
That's right. They were actually like 2 episodes in, you got a sense that they were trying to make a good sitcom again, and it's just like no. This is kitsch. You know?
Yeah, that's it. After the first 3, you're like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Look, and then you're like, wait, you're still.
They're doing this, and it's not self-aware. That's right. It wasn't self-aware enough. That was
that's
tough.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
PC Walker wants to know, how are the Perfect Strangers doing? I think we need to find out
100%.
where Cousin Larry and Balky navigate life in the 2000s.
Could you even
I'm
pull
nervous,
that off?
I'm nervous for
No.
Balky in Trump's America, to be honest with you. They're going to be like deported
point,
back
Jess.
to Meepos.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't get away with that anymore.
Yeah, and then
Why? Why?
PC. I mean,
Yes.
just like you couldn't do that caricature foreigner thing. You know,
Yeah.
like,
It was Borat with none of the social
No,
commentary.
you can't. Yeah.
No, you got to be your own nationality only. You don't get to cross nationalities.
Is Belky Bartakamoose now? Did he ever do anything else?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
His
DIY
name's
Network.
Bronson.
Bronson, whatever. DIY Network. He renovates farmhouses in Pennsylvania. And he had a show on the DIY Network on his home, on his like farm renovation
You
stuff.
saw that coming, though. You could tell.
I would watch.
Well, it's just like Vanilla Ice does that. The Vanilla Ice Project.
Those both sound like work release programs, to be honest.
Like, here's your options.
Yeah, no, he basically went the Vanilla Ice route. It's like, I had some money from TV and I'm going to invest in real estate and flip houses and stuff like that. And that's what they do now. So,
does he still use the accent?
No.
Too bad.
Can I make two suggestions?
Yes, please.
I would say one, Bosom Buddies, but with Tom Hanks.
Oh, great.
As well.
Oh, make Tom Hanks do it again.
And then Sabrina, the middle-aged witch. I think upgrade Sabrina.
Sure.
And see,
Yeah.
where
Well,
are we now?
isn't that just Bewitched then?
I always mix up
that's-
Bewitched
I mean-
and I Dream of Jeannie. Those feel very similar to me.
You know, it's based in Cocoa Beach, Florida. You know, because of the NASA and stuff, and the exterior shots definitely Southern California.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
There's no way.
Okay,
The
here's
architecture's
another
all wrong.
plot line: hiding a cat from a landlord. That happened once a season, and then somehow one of the protagonists ends up on a date with two people in one evening at the same restaurant. That always happens. Like when they get in trouble, they're like, "Have we done the cat landlord thing? Have we done the temporary amnesia? Have we done the 2 dates 1 night?"
Right.
They just keep circling those.
Boss
Like,
comes-
those
boss
were the
coming over for
go-to
dinner.
sitcom.
That's a classic.
Man, the mayhem of 2 dates in 1 night is the show. I always think that one's really predictable to me, Jesse. You're right. That's a good
Has
one.
that one ever happened
Has
to
that
you,
ever happened
Annie?
to you, Annie? Oh, go.
No, not my. Thank you, everyone.
Of all the
not
jinxes
my real
of
life.
all time.
You know who else? Like at some point in the season, during like sweeps week, all of those shows would be like, we need to do an episode where the Harlem Globetrotters make an appearance for some
Yeah,
reason.
exactly,
And one of the
exactly.
protagonists ends up playing with the Harlem Globetrotters. Like that always happened too.
And invariably, if the show lasted long enough and it got tired, at a certain season, a young cousin would move in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right, right,
Or
right.
a baby would come out of nowhere.
Show crossover.
Yeah.
To show
An alien or Bigfoot would show up and be a part of the plot. Now,
What?
Time travel or a machine that changed molecules in your body to make you really cool. Like that could happen in those shows.
Yeah,
I don't know what shows you're watching.
We've got to move.
All right. There's a lot more
Family
feedback.
Matters.
There's a lot more feedback. Go check it out. Okay, it's time for this week's.
Editorial question of the week. Hey.
Okay, so early in the show, we got talking about the very brave step I'm taking this August to raise money for clean water in Africa.
Brave.
And I am surrounded by some naysayers. And I think for the question of the week, number one, we want to hear your stories of times you've done something like this. Like maybe you pushed yourself, you did a race or something like that. And we want to hear your stories if anything happened.
And I think we'd love to hear times that you've succeeded and times you failed.
Especially times maybe it didn't go how you thought it would.
Yeah,
you know? And
Like,
then
it
here's
went
the helpful part of this.
disastrously.
Yeah, disaster stories. Here's the helpful part. What did you learn? So maybe like I can learn from your mistakes to prepare myself better.
Right.
So you tell us this question of the week.
3 months ahead of time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the question of the week is tell us any race or physical competition disaster stories, and then maybe the life lesson that you learned because of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm hoping there's some contestants from Double Dare that might have some behind the scenes stories.
That's a great
I'm just
idea.
putting that out
Like
there.
like someone was allergic to the slime and it
Broke
they
out
needed like
hives.
an EpiPen on stage or something.
Yeah.
$10 says Mark Summers is listening. We may just get him on the show.
Oh, let's just do a whole summer episode about Nickelodeon game shows.
I mean,
Somebody
that
who
was
got the
filmed
aggro
here
crag.
in Orlando.
Yeah.
You know, the Nickelodeon
In the Fallon
Studios.
studio where we saw Fallon.
Yeah, and then
Somebody
they
who
tore it
won Legends
down
in the Hidden
10 years in and
Yes.
built some sound
Killer.
stages.
I know someone that was on Legends of the Hidden Temple.
For real?
She hit the green emerald.
Hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, and you can tell your longer stories on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com.
Tell them to us.
Thanks to this episode's sponsors for making the show possible. Remember, it was ZipRecruiter. You can visit ziprecruiter.com/relevant to try ZipRecruiter for free. Also, thanks to Squarespace. You can start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code RELEVANT to get 10% off your first purchase. And also thanks to Casper. You can get $50 toward select mattresses by visiting casper.com/RM. and using promo code RM at checkout. That's $50. Terms and conditions apply. Also, thank you for our guest. Thank you to our guest, Bob Goff. His new book, Everybody Always, drops next week. Go check it out. You can also follow him on Twitter at Bob Goff. But don't say anything negative. He'll block you.
Oh, no.
That's right.
Yes, he will block
Without shame.
He will block a brother faster than I'll block you.
That's true.
He doesn't mess around.
He don't want that negativity. He would block you off this podcast after all the negativity you gave me about running this race.
That's fine. So,
hey, and also thanks to Brian for sitting in with us. Brian Dust from World Vision.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking us to Somaliland.
You know what? In your case, love doesn't.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Hey, that was an excellent,
But
that was a
I got you.
well-crafted, thoughtful joke.
Love doesn't, but training and preparation will.
Oh, and then you reached out to him, Eddie. You just reached out to
I didn't know if we'd have our
Cameron.
second hug of the year.
No, we'd have that weird fish handshake.
Yeah, the fish
thing.
hand. I thought we were about to get fish handed right here. No, stop holding hands.
The new issue of Relevant just went to the printer. It's featuring, well, we'll tell you about it more in a week or two.
Yeah.
Head over to relevantmagazine.com. Subscribe now. There's a great deal going on, and you will get it in time. You'll get the new issue.
I just read the feature story, and it's on hanging on the wall here, and it's amazing.
There is, honestly, some of the best content we've ever published is in this issue.
I love that.
And
It was such a good
it's not like big, heavy, big name marketable stuff, but it's some of the best stories we've told.
I've been a fan
I mean,
of the person on your cover for a
it's
long time.
I mean, we say that, but then like when I think about the names, I'm like, oh, they're pretty big. You know, I think people will be surprised at how the voices that are included in this issue.
Can I just say one thing about the magazine? The first time I got Relevant Magazine, someone mailed it to me when I was working with World Vision in the Middle East. And I love getting the magazine in the mail. I mean, I've only subscribed to a few magazines, but like there's just something about taking a break from your phone. I mean, obviously you can read articles on the phone and the website, but like just getting something,
get a cup of tea
that's beautiful, laid out well.
Thank you.
And you read in person. Just put your phone down, read through the magazine, discover a bunch of stuff that you didn't even know that you needed to know about. But when you read it, you know you want to know about it.
Thank you.
I feel the same way about Charisma. If you've ever read that. Keep going.
All right. On that note, we'll wrap things up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Eddie Koffoltz.
Chandler String.
I'm Brian Duss.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Annie F. Downs.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Perry, do you have a tongue?
Relevant Podcast Network.